Whoa, you found yourself with a deck of cards in one of your D&D campaigns. Before you shuffle those cards, hold on, because you might just destroy the universe. Wes from Rolling Deep here to give you a brief idea of what the deck of many things truly are and what common ones might just do to you and your party. Buckle up, you're in for a long one. The deck of many things is a deceptive little deck of cards that can appear within your D&D campaign. This deck is magical, musical, helpful, but possibly destructive. It wields great power, so use it wisely. Each card will have consequences, serious ones, good and bad. This deck might not be a family heirloom unless they're a bit of a hoarder, because they disappear into the ether after being pulled into play. You'll typically find one on a dead adventurer, buy one from a traveling merchant, but a skilled crafter can actually make a deck themselves for about 500,000 in about 50 years. Oh, did I say skilled? I meant the eternally young and financially stable of us can craft themselves a deck of many things, no problem. But let's suppose, for the sake of the story I'm about to tell, that you have managed to get your hands on a standard deck set of 13 cards. You found them in a sack of holding in a pair of trousers that may not be yours. You wait until nightfall, eagerly bursting at the seams, ready to tell your party about what you found. After supper, you sit around the fire and slowly lift your full hands, showcasing the ivory cards in between your fingertips. Several gasps from the keen arcane eyes in the group and warn you to put those cards away. After your reveal, around the fire, you loudly declare, "I will be drawing all 13 cards," as silence falls over everyone. The first card shows itself to have a little jester on it with cute bells along their patterned hats. Immediately you feel an inner strength grow and expand as your player has now been enhanced with 10,000 XP. Talk about gains. You were level 3 before you pulled the card, and now you sit around level 5. Congratulations. You also feel the urge to pull 2 more cards, but maybe you think that would mean losing your XP. Poof, the card in between your fingers disappears. You pull the second one, this time the image of a single knife signed in Elvish. When you tilt it just right, you can see the outline of a set of eyes in the corner. Somewhere in your world, an NPC has flipped a switch and now may be plotting your demise. But to you, nothing has happened, and the card disappears again. You turn to look at the group and just shrug. No clue. But your arcane trickster gulps quietly in the background. The third card is pulled, and a humanoid woman with snakes for hair appears to glare you down. Above you, the once clear night now turns stormy as a pair of cats and dogs fall from the sky. You ask the DM to dodge, and you roll well, or so you thought. Your skill checks have been cursed for -2, and the cure is near unobtainable. Speak with your local god, or find yourself a card of the fates in order to heal yourself. The cat lands claw side down onto your shoulders, impaling itself, however deep as it could, as the dog lands squarely on your chest, knocking the wind out of you. So the second card doesn't actually make it rain cats and dogs, but it's just a metaphor for an unlikely curse that is now affecting you. Your third card sizzles while you wheeze and thrash about. Eventually the cat is flung from your body and it scurries off into the night as the dog looks up at you and gives you a sniff, a quick lick, and a smile. "See, you guys, this isn't so bad," you holler out, pulling out the next card. And as you go to pull it out, you feel your pockets get lighter, but not just the weight of the card. Huh? As quick as the flickering fire, however, you see your tent disappear. Every piece of portable property that isn't magic will disappear, and any businesses you own are now defunct. The card of ruin has struck. The frugal dwarf of the group laughs loudly like a crane. Yeah, card 3 kind of sucks. It just kind of makes all your property disappear. It's really just a big griefer card. No fun. Sucks to pull. Would not recommend. "What else do you have to lose?" you mutter, pulling out the 5th card. You turn it over, and you see a single flame emitting from an ornate torch. Classy. However, deep within the bowels of the underdimensions of existence, a demon has now sworn to themselves that you will suffer at their hands slowly, and you hear a deep rumble from the earth as it shakes and quivers your boots of you and your group. The fire is extinguished in an instant. Roll a d20 to see if you've crapped your pants. Okay. So maybe this wasn't, my smartest idea ever, but I have to see it through. I have to play the game. This isn't Jumanji. This is D&D. You could literally just stop. You don't have to do this. Don't break character as the 6th card is drawn. You briefly see a knight's emblem before the card begins to rumble in your hand, surging with energy right before you toss it away from you. Like a Pokeball, a level 4 fighter erupts from the card, from dark to light to back to darkness. It takes you a moment to understand the being that is in front of you is not, in fact, friendly and not the demon from the earlier card. Sup? You're like same race as me. Sup? Yeah, you still have more cards to pull, As they nod their head in the direction of the desk. Gulp. Right. Well, lucky number 7, right? Let's see what this holds. And instead of a design, you see a completely black card face. What? Before suddenly you see the light heading out of the tunnel instead of coming towards you. You don't feel it, but your knees buckle as you collapse, your face bashing on the gritty ground in front of you. Really? You just had to lose your soul, says the DM. You guys were on the way to catch the once-in-a-lifetime meteor shower in order to go Super Saiyan and kick the bad guys, but okay, fine. I mean, we can still work with that. They got Southern halfway through the video. That's fine. So yeah, a point of clarification. That card, the card of the void, essentially traps your soul. Good luck adventuring without one. Not shortly after the party gets the fire going, they settle a little bit from the shock of their beloved friend, having their souls sucked away, at least as much as they can. Your ranger holds back some tears, remembering the good times you all had. The fire dies down a little bit, and they go to put more sliced wood onto the fire, tossing a heavy chunk in rather carelessly. As the log is turned into ash, gathering the attention of the party. Nobody notices your limp body take a deep breath until you continue to scream. After you come to, the wizard pipes up. That's funny. Normally that card means your soul is being guarded by like a powerful being, not just trapped in a normal everyday piece of wood. This time, the powerful being is the power of friendship, pipes up the DM. I don't have enough time for combat this session. I have Roomba Bot Wars tomorrow. Fair enough. But you still have a goal. You go to pull your 8th card, which reveals itself to be a key with a skull engraved in the cast iron hilt. Heavy looking, you note. In your opposite hand, a mace that rivals the weight of Mjolnir, rumbling with power. The enhancement hasn't made itself known to you yet, but you're sure it will come in handy. After all, it feels good to have a free magical legendary weapon appear in your hand completely randomly, and that's how I describe that happening. It looks like I missed a sentence in that script. Oh well, we're just going to roll with it. Ha 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 ha, improv. That was so bad. You're gonna have to probably deal with that. That's what card number 8 did in this scenario, by the way, is when you pull it, a random rare item appears in your hand. Frickin' sweet. You crack your knuckles before giving your new mace a few practice swings. Decapitating your opponents is going to be as smooth as an oil fire. Milk. Feeling good, the next card shows an empty throne room. Enticingly empty. Almost like you think you could achieve that yourself now, as you have just gained proficiency in the persuasion skill. And that proficiency is doubled as well. You hear the sound of a horse's hoof against the cobblestone road you're camping nearby, and a lone courier leaps off his horse before running directly to you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. They spit out completely casually, even though they were just sprinting at you at full speed across your camp. You open the slightly damp scroll and read, "Huzzah! You have been granted the manor on the hill by your lordship on one condition. Alas, it is filled with generic monsters. Kill them and only then will it be truly yours." All right, that's a super nice keep and it's all yours, baby. So this card gives you land and property, whereas the other card takes it away. You see what they did there? You see what they did there? I'm on you. I'm on you. Only a few more, you say to the group, as you can sense they're growing a bit impatient of you just pulling and looking at poker cards. After all, you've totally hijacked the session to play some cards when they wanted to watch the meteor shower. You pull the 10th and 11th card, Star and Sun, at the same time and find yourself feeling a familiar sensation. Your energy has been enhanced again, this time by 50,000 XP, a sum so large it must have came from the sun. Replacing the card in your hand in a flurry of arcane trickery, you find a heavy sealed package. It's a wondrous item, says the DM. Please wait until the next video to open it. You nod silently before glancing at the star, whose sensation feels similar to what you felt with the sun. This is where you get to assign 2 extra ability score points, but cannot exceed 24 on any particular skill. You know what? Actually, sign me up for the sun. Just 50,000 XP at the low level. Give me some new skills, baby. Star and Sun. So the next one should be a moon, says the cleric. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot either way, so let's roll the dice. Next one shot Vegas, baby. You flip the next card and bzzz, through your in-person real phone speakers, you hear the "Oi! 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck." The notification reads, "You have 1d3 wishes ready to cast at your own volition. Play your cards right." Wink, click. You put your phone down. Who just texted me? No one says a word. A hard lump sits in your throat. You can't recall what the last card really should be or even could be, but you're ready for anything. You pull the card with your player facing everyone else so they aren't able to see the symbol of a skull and scythe. The card is black. It looks as though it would be heavy because it appears to be drenched in ink. This is the card of the void, and it is pure disaster for whoever pulls it. Erupting from the card was an opening, a slit of nothingness somehow in your world. The grass behind you crunches as you take a step back before a black hooded figure arises. It raises its arm, the crisp black robe riding up to reveal less of what you expected. You expected skin and flesh and were met with bone and the physical embodiment of dread. In its best Freddy Krueger impressions, the figure declares you unfit to continue living and that you will die. He warns the group, saying anyone who attempts to interfere will be slaughtered. Keep your distance, a coward, or die an imbecile. Thud! At your feet, wiggling with excitement like the puppy who fell from the sky, is your new mace, ready to aid you in your quest against death. You pick up your mace and inhale. This is gonna be fucking epic, before lunging into what is a certain fate. Everyone who wants to participate, roll for initiative. Phew! Thanks for coming along for the ride as I broke down and briefly explained what happens with each card found in a standard deck of many things, and I think this is a lot more immersive at the table if you use a real set of cards, or go above and beyond and get a custom set of deck of many things card set from an independent artist on Etsy or the likes. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe below, and we might just tell you what happens with a full set of 22 cards if you guys want it. Otherwise, check us out on Instagram and Twitter, or catch us live on Reddit, Twitch, or here on YouTube. Have a good session and keep on rolling.